Hey there, everyone. Steve Gonzer. It's about to pour here in Buffalo, and I still have to go for a run. So I'm a little nervous, but I want to share this stretch with you because we're getting ready to launch a Need for Speed. It's a 4-week run form program that teaches you how to break away from shuffling, particularly later in races and runs where things start to fall apart. So you can open your stride and run faster. It's all part of run form, so that, run form is great because if you can change your run form, you can get faster without having to train more, more miles, more speed work, all that stuff, and only risk more injury. So this is a really cool program. It's coming up August 4th. Go to openmystride.com if you want to learn more, because the price is going up soon, or it's closing soon, registration's closing soon, depending on when you're watching this. So I want to show you the stretch. It's part of the program that we have. Now, if you've ever tried to stretch your hamstrings before, what do most people do? They lay on the ground and reach for their toes. I want to show you of a more dynamic way to do this. Go ahead and tap the share button. Someone's calling the office. Go ahead and tap the share button if you know someone who probably has some tight hammies and needs a little work. So here's what you're going to do. You can do this anywhere. You can do this at a bench. You can do this in a stairwell, on a stoop, wherever it might be. I'm going to use this to show you, but here's what you're going to do. You're going to put one foot up. Now, if you need something to hang on to, a stairwell works really well because you hang onto the railing and the wall. But you're just going to work on, I'll show you from the side actually to start. We're going to be here, and instead of reaching for your toes and stretching out your back in the process, if we want to stretch our hamstring, let's just stretch our hamstring. The reason why this is important, because when you want to open your stride in running, you need to have good hamstring length so you can let that leg open. If you're really tight, you have to pitter-patter your way down the road. So to open your stride, you need good hamstring length, you need good hip flexor length. So what you're going to do is you're going to stand up nice and tall. What we're going to work on doing is sitting back, let the toes come up. You're going to hold for a couple seconds and then drive forward. Sit back and drive forward. You should feel that right down the back of the leg. Now, if you crank on the toes too much, you're going to get some nerve pain, so don't do that. But you're going to go here. Now, this doesn't look too earth-shattering, but I want to show you 2 variations of this that can really make all the difference in your running. Again, it's part of this upcoming program we called Need for Speed, where we teach you how to improve your run form so you can run faster without training more. So here's the variation of that. We want you to stretch dynamically. Your muscles move in multiple planes when you run, so you might as well stretch them like that. That should make sense, right? So you're going to have the leg up. Now, we did the forward and back. That's the sagittal plane, front to back motion. Now we want to start working on what's called the frontal plane. A very important plane for runners are the next 2, which is the frontal plane, side to side, or the twisting. So what we're going to do is you're going to glide forward. You're going to sit back until you feel it start to stretch. And then you're going to work your hips left to right by holding that stretch. By going side to side with this, you're going to feel, go ahead and try it, let me know where you feel it. You're going to feel it when you go this way on the outside of that leg coming up into the hip. And then when you go the other way, you might get a little bit in the groin. Again, if you need something to hang on to, go ahead. But we're stretching this hamstring dynamically. I actually encourage you to hang on to something so it's not a balance exercise. But by going side to side, you're stretching that thing dynamically. Generally, I tell people, hold for a couple seconds, go from side to side, and you should really mainly feel that when you push this way. Now, a lot of people butcher this by doing this kind of thing, and they kind of just crunch from their sides. Glide the hip and glide the hip. It's going to help you lengthen that stride out so that when you're running, you can get the most distance on every stride. You'll do certainly both sides, so you have to do the frontal plane here as well. The last thing I wanted to show you is transverse plane, the twisting plane. How do you stretch your hamstring in that 3rd plane? Because it's really important. So what you would do, same setup, put your leg up on something. You're going to sit back until you feel it start to stretch. Then what you're going to do, as soon as you start to feel a light stretch, you don't need to crank on this and rip the thing. Just get a gentle stretch. And then what you're going to do is you're going to work on opening the hips. Notice how my leg didn't turn with me. That's going to stay right there. You're going to open from there, and then you're going to come across, and that's where you're going to get a good stretch. Let me know if you start feeling that through the outside in the comments, because that's where most people feel that, is on that rotation forward. By doing this stretch dynamically, hold for a couple seconds, hold for a couple seconds without letting that leg move, now you're 3-dimensionally stretching your hamstring. And the old days of just grabbing your toes and holding on, or putting your foot up on a fence and reaching and being all bent over, those ways don't really work anymore. We know more about anatomy and sport than ever before. You want to stretch these things dynamically, particularly before your runs. If you're going to stretch after runs, you do a little bit more static, you hold it. Now, this exercise is only a piece of component for improving your run form. If you're a runner who's looking to finish a race strong, you want to be able to open that stride. What do most people do? Let's move this out of the way. Apparently someone really wants to call here. But when you're working on this stride, so many people are scuffers, they're shufflers, which limits your ability to push down the road. What we want to be able to do is push off and carry. So you need good head flexibility, you need good hamstring length, and you need good core strength. If all three of those things are taught in this upcoming program, go to openmystride.com to check it out. We're going to teach you the drills, we're going to teach you the exercises, we're going to teach you the training so that you can run faster without having to train more. Again, go to openmystride.com, check it out. I'm going to go check those messages because the phone's been ringing, and I hope this helps you before the weekend or whenever you're watching it. So have a great day, and I'm going to head out for my run now. Bye, guys.